Well, a very good afternoon from Diocesan School for Girls in Auckland. It is the second round of New Zealand Water Polo's Premier League on the women's side of the draw. Looking forward to this. It is the future stars, the New Zealand Premier Junior Women, up against the more experienced Auckland Gulls, or as some might say, youthful exuberance up against experience. Joining me in commentary, bringing you all the expert comments, is the man out of South Africa who now resides here. It's one of our leading coaches, and Lionel Randall. Lionel, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mark.
Looking forward to this. How good have the juniors been on the men's side, and how good were the juniors last week on the women's side?
Yeah, they're incredible. I think the talent coming through is really exciting for New Zealand Water Polo.
Contrasting styles, you expecting to see the juniors maybe play with a little bit more speed, maybe the girls a little bit more structure?
To be honest, I think both sides are going to come out and go flat out from the beginning. I think there's a lot of talent in both, and I think we're up for a really exciting game here.
Okay, so we're about to go and introduce the two teams for you, but I hope you do enjoy our coverage for the second game match between the New Zealand Premier Junior Women and the Auckland Gulls. We'll introduce the teams and then we'll come back with all the action. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Diocesan School for Girls. It is a round 2 match in New Zealand Water Polo's Premier League. It is youthful exuberance up against experience. Yes, the New Zealand Premier Junior Women take on the Auckland Gulls. Let's introduce your two teams. In the blue corner, because it is a heavyweight showdown after all. Number 1 is Bridget Mayburn. Number 2, Dana Clark. Number 3, Rachel Dean. Number 4, Georgia Mill. Number 5, Sammy Milicic. Number 6, Morgan McDowell. Number 7, Izzy Jackson. Number 8, Robin Spark. Number 9, Lucia Doak. Number 10, Ella Palmer. Number 11, Clodagh Weir. Number 12, Sophie Shorter. And number 13, Jess Ingram. The coach of the New Zealand Premier Junior Women is Ollie Gibb. Okay, now to the blue corner, the Auckland Gulls. Number 1, Chelsea Oliver. Number 2, Libby Galt. Number 3, Gabby Milicic. Number 4, Ricky Farigo. Number 5, Abby Kate. Number 6, Caitlin Mary Parker-Allen. Wearing the number 7, Emerson Houghton. And the number 8, Bella Broadmoor. Number 9, Christina Middlebeak Harrison. Number 10, Gabby McDonald. Number 11, Natalia Rankinchita. Number 12, Chloe Tattersfield. Number 13, and rounding out their squad, Ella Harford. Their coach, Hamish McDonald. Our referees today, big round of applause for them. Corbin Hall, Ryan McEwen, and our technical delegate, John Waldo. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Settle back. Let's get ready for World War III. Well, wonderful team camaraderie. These players will know each other. But the biggest challenge, Lionel, I guess, is the nature of this competition. A number of sort of hybrid type teams trying to spread the talent across the 4 best women's teams in the country. And it's that cohesion. Yes, they had last week together, but you'd expect teams to have improved over the last 6 or 7 days.
Yeah, I think having the huddle platform and getting feedback on the videos has been immense. And a lot of the players have bought into that, which has been fantastic.
Okay, so... And that first quarter is so important too, to make sure you've warmed up, make sure your nervous system's up, and then just to try and get a read quickly on the defence and offensive structures of your opposition.
Yeah, to read them, to understand what they're about, to try and tap into what weakness, perhaps they haven't prepared properly for something, and to obviously go and exploit an area that you needed to work on during the last week.
Okay, let's just quickly run through that Central Southern Penguins team. If you... my apologies, the New Zealand Premier Junior Women's team. If you're sitting there, if you're Ryan McEwen for the Auckland Gulls, and you're building a game plan, maybe looking to try and shut down the opposition, who are those players?
I think Morgan McDowell has shown, over time how powerful she can be in the game. So obviously we need to be taking care of her. And she's supported by some really exciting players around her. I think that both goalkeepers are really exciting as well on defence, so we need to watch out for them.
Yeah, so in goal we've got Bridget Leyburn for the New Zealand Premier Junior Women and Chelsea Oliver for the Auckland Gulls. On the goal side, well, they're just the complete team, aren't they?
Yeah,
we
they
talk
are.
about experience. Predominantly the nucleus of this team, North Harbour.
The Auckland Gulls, there's quite a few Maris girls in there. Waitakere. Maris, Waitakere, who else have I seen there?
So a nice eclectic mix.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Right, final instructions by Hamish McDonald. He won't be going into too much detail here, just reinforcing a couple of things, and I'd imagine a big one will be concentration.
Yeah, concentrate, enjoy the moment, and just play your own game. Play what's in front of you.
And I just wonder too how empowered these girls are when they put on the black and white, the silver fern. It's not an official New Zealand team, but boy, that's got to lift you.
100%, definitely. That means a lot to them. We saw that yesterday with the junior boys. That it means a lot. Every time they put on a silver fern, they raise their game by 20-30%.
Okay, getting ready for this one. It should be a wonderful battle. Youthful exuberance versus experience.
Yeah, super exciting. This is going to be awesome.
So our two referees, Corbin Hall, Ryan McEwen, a lot of pressure on them too. A lot of officiating that goes off the ball.
Yeah, both really good referees, so they'll be onto it.
Okay, so not too far away from start. 4 8-minute periods. Timeouts can be called. And we are underway. So, which two teams will contest for the ball? And it will be first blood by the looks of it will go to the Auckland Gulls. And immediately it goes through to Libby Galt. Galt just happy to slow things down, finds Emerson Houghton. Houghton back in the middle of the pool. Goes back down the right-hand side. Now they look to switch play. First attacking opportunity comes. Nice little entry pass. Can they get the shot in?
Oh.
Good effort off the crossbar, though.
Yeah, no, fantastic there. There wasn't the drop wasn't back, so opportunity was on for the centre forward to have a go.
So it is the Premier Women in goal, Bridget Leyburn. Happy to get play back underway. Goes across, finds Georgia Milne. Quality player Milne. Out to her right, and the number 9 cap hasn't been utilised at the moment, is Lucia Doak.
Good quick crash.
Yeah, good defence. And it will be Gabby Milicic who comes away with the ball, and then it is Ricky Farigo.
Offensive foul there in the middle of the pool.
So Georgia Milne. Doak decides to go and switch play down the left-hand side through Morgan McDowell. So just playing the one centre forward at the moment. Trying to draw the defenders. Good zone defence. Shot clock starting to run down. The pressure is on. Do they look to shoot long? Good defence. Press defence up front. Now the shot comes, but a little bit ambitious. So both sides just trying to feel each other out at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And as you can see, they had 3 players covering Morgan McDowell there, so certainly making sure they're taking care of her.
So Ricky Farigo comes up. Nice entry pass, scoring opportunity. What do the referees say? They draw the exclusion. It will be a 6-on-5. So first opportunity. Auckland Gulls, they'll want to capitalise here with the one-man up advantage. Coming across, Dana Clark. In fact, sorry, Libby Galt. So Galt has the shot and Galt scores.
Goal.
So just in that left hand upright. And so good patience.
Yeah, it just shows the importance of that centre forward, that explosive spin there by Caitlin Mary Parker-Allen. That was key to it. As soon as she spun facing the goal, defend on the back, and she got rewarded with the exclusion.
So Libby Galt happy to just take control of things. Pushing forward is Bella Broadmoor. Broadmoor now with the ball. She's got a player open down her right, but decides to go back to Galt. Do they bring in Farigo? No, happy to go down that left side. Morgan McDowell is it? No, in fact it is Abby Kate. Morgan McDowell there anchored herself.
So a goal there.
Now we bring it down. So back underway. It is Caitlin Mary Parker-Allen, I think, in the number 6 cap. Now Emerson Houghton decides to go down the left. Finds Gold again. Good defence though from Emerson Houghton. Good defence in the middle of the pool too for Dana Clark, really looking to try and work over Caitlin Mary Parker-Allen, who's in that centre forward position.
Great save there by Bridget Leyburn.
So, what can the Auckland Gulls do? Shot, the little backhand, the little flick, no, not effective. And so Christine Middlebick-Harrison. And they've called it.
Yeah, perhaps just not the accuracy in passing there that we were looking for.
So a good breakout here for the New Zealand junior women. Go back across, Georgia Milne. Milne finds Dana Clark. And the shot does come from the outside, and a very good opportunity taken by Lucia Doak in the number 9 cap. And suddenly it's 2-1.
Yeah, fantastic goal that.
Now they push forward. Emerson Houghton. Happy to just govern and survey. Goes across. Gabby McDonald. McDonald to Christine Middlebick-Harrison. A good little zone defence at the moment, looking to try and just find an attacking lane. But they turn possession over, and it will be Bridget Leyburn who will get play back underway. Leyburn immediately to Robin Spark. Spark happy to come forward. She's got options. Decides to go across to that left-hand side. Looking for McDowell, the nice little entry pass to turn, the opportunity to score off the upright. Boy, a chance there for Ella Palmer. Opportunity to turn nothing into something. Didn't quite come off.
Yeah, junior girls have certainly shown the intention, how quickly on those transitions to get up the other side of the pool, giving themselves more.
Oh, the big shot comes and it's in.
Emerson
Just an
Houghton.
absolute cannon from Emerson Houghton. Wow, what a quality piece of goal shooting. Just mixing it up, showing some variation.
Fantastic goal that.
And it is tied up at 2. They start to ring the changes. Tough sport aerobically, tough sport physically. Squad of 13. 6 players on each side plus the goalkeeper. So Dana Clark finds Robin Spark. So again, big chance coming, faking the shot. Somewhat ambitious, but just sending a wee message. You can cover us as much as you want up front at centre forward, but we're happy to pull the trigger from a distance.
Yeah, 100%.
Just creating a little bit of doubt in the mind of the Gulls defence. Gabby Milicic wearing the number 3 cap. Key player. Chloe Tattersfield now. Tattersfield finds Caitlin Mary Parker-Allen, and they turn that over. Not a great pass. Well read by Rachel Dean.
Yeah, the passing seems to be letting them down at the moment.
So Spark again to Rachel Dean and Georgia Milne. So, and again, just looking for that player open, trying to draw these defenders, trying to open up that lane. And we haven't really talked much about Morgan McDowell at the moment, have we?
No,
and she needs to get herself involved in the game, because it's going to be a close one. She has an X-factor player. We talk about squads winning your championships, but sometimes it's individuals that'll win you a game. So we come back, Emerson Houghton goes across to Tattersfield. Tattersfield happy to be patient here, looking for that little entry pass. No, it goes back to the top of the perimeter. And now the entry pass comes. Good chance, great scoring opportunity. Natalie Rankin-Cheetah, but you have to say, well read again by Rachel Dean there in defence in the number 3 cap.
Yeah, great defence. Open play on the right there.
Chance here, they need to be quicker though. Picked up, Rachel Milne, just a wee stumble. Back to Gold, to Broadmoor. She has the ability to pull the trigger from a distance. Good defence. Just pressing at the top of the perimeter. And the shot clock runs down. So, timeout being called, is it?
No, exclusion.
No, exclusion. So,
number 10, it looks like.
Somebody got a 6-on-5, have we? Oh, picked off though. Boy, a little bit of a rookie error at this level. That'll be frustrating. But Milne comes forward. Okay, happy to play down that left-hand side and draw defenders. Rachel Dean comes back to Dana Clark. Clark across to Spark. Dean, big shot comes. Ambitious. Clodaware, I think it was, in the number 11 cap. They've rung the changes, so just trying to pick up the numbers on the caps. We apologise if we do get it wrong on occasions. Number 7 there for the Gulls. Emerson Houghton. And this is good play here from Bridget Leyburn wanting to speed things up. The shot comes, surely they must score from there. They do, because any time you give the ball to Morgan McDowell in that situation, she will put it away. She's a world-class shooter at the highest level. The remarkable thing is she's still in her final year at Diocesan School for Girls. What talent.
Yeah, incredible talent.
But great read too from Bridget Leyburn, the goalkeeper, in terms of recognising the opportunity and the accuracy of the pass. Not an easy thing to throw a water polo ball, 25 to 30 metres. Yeah. And now at the other end of the pool, desperation from this junior side. So the Gulls look to just switch it up, go through Chloe Tattersfield.
Here we go.
So Robin Spark, the defender, little entry pass. Well, put that down to Robin Spark and the pressure she put on. And Bridget Leyburn just happy to clear it. And Morgan McDowell looking for the foul, but just have to put that down to good defence. However, they will retain possession, the New Zealand junior women.
Yeah, end of quarter, I think.
Okay, so it is the end of the quarter. 3-2, closely fought contest. Lionel Randall, sum up firstly what you've seen from the junior women.
So the junior women, their transition from defence to attack has been superb. There's no wasting time. Immediately, all 6 are back up the pool, putting pressure on. So if the Gulls' defensive drop is not switched on, they are going to score from the top, and they've shown that.
Now, is there a potential here, though, that you can burn too many matches in that first quarter and then pay for it at the back end with fatigue?
Potentially you could, but their bench runs deep, so I don't think they have a worry about that. I think that they know that they've got the teammates, they've got girls on the bench that could quite easily be starting. So
if you're Hamish MacDonald, the coach of the Auckland Gulls, what is the message?
I think probably slow down those 50. Let's try and eliminate the 50-50 passes. Let's try and make sure that those are stick to hand up front. I think there were 3 or 4 that maybe went wayward, and look for the drives, because if we're quicker onto the ball when there is a foul, there are players that have front waters. So potentially we're losing out on opportunities by not taking the opportunities that are there. You
are watching round 2 of New Zealand Water Polo's Premier League, a very closely fought contest between the New Zealand Premier Junior Women in the black and white and the Auckland Gulls in the blue. And so final instructions being given there by Ollie Gibb, the coach of the Junior Women. 4 quarters of 8 minutes. I just want to acknowledge our sponsors, Delphina Sport. Done a wonderful job, Tyler Martin, with this company in terms of the clothing and the colour, and just been a really good partner for New Zealand Water Polo, and also the ball sponsor out of the United States and Cap 7, Digital Masters, skysportnext, Sport New Zealand as well. And so moments away from getting the second quarter underway. And good to see John Waldo there, refereeing, and it will be the Gulls. Ricky Ferrigo wins the swim off. And they look now to come forward. Can they be patient? Good defence from this junior team. Sticking with, look boy, plenty going on in the middle of the pool. They've got 2 centre forwards. Now looking to shut it down, finds the angle. Brilliant from Ricky Farigo on that left-hand side. Well, her centre forwards did everything right in terms of drawing the 2 defenders away and just opened up the door, opened up a wee gap and went straight through it.
Yeah, that's exactly the danger, that if you are going to drop back on the centre forward, somebody else is open. And in that case, Ricky capitalised. Well done, Ricky.
So Lucia Doak brings it forward. Finds Clodagh Weir. Back to Doak. Doak at the top of the perimeter, happy to go to Dana Clark. It's a good movement, but good defence here from the Gulls. They're happy just to keep him almost his own defence now, pressing a little bit more. The shot comes. Can't find the centre forward there, and Sophia Shorter, she was the target, alongside of Morgan McDowell, and so the Gulls come away with it.
That's that front water.
Yeah, chance here. Good defence though, and do pick up the minor foul, and it will be Georgia Milne. My apologies, it will be Ricky Farigo again. She's been everywhere. Libby Galt, the number 2 cap. So Galt. What does she do? She has a wee shot. She thought she saw the door open, but Bridget Laybert, good block, good piece of goalkeeping. Came off the line slightly and therefore just shut the angle down.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see quality players up against one another.
Now, what does this junior team do? Do they look to try and mix it up offensively? So Robin Spark, the 8 cap, frees up, finds Ella Half and finds Sophie Shorter, and the shot clock runs down. So much better defence from the Gulls.
Fantastic defence. I don't know if you saw, every player had their hand up there. Everyone buying into the defence.
Yeah, maintained good shape, didn't they?
Yeah.
Weren't getting sort of suckered in or getting pulled left or right. Good type zone defence. Now, chance here for the Gulls to maybe shift the momentum. And the shot does come, but just picked off again by Leyburn. Got across to her right-hand side. And now, attacking opportunity. This is where they have been so good.
Chelsea
Looking for
Oliver.
Morgan McDowell. McDowell not good enough on that occasion. As they look to come forward now, the Gulls. Can they turn defence into offence? Happy to slow it down, though. Look at the work being done in the middle of the pool. The defence from Lucia Doak. Still a lot going on. So Sammy Milicic there at centre forward. And now McDowell. What can McDowell do?
Oh.
Does she draw the exclusion, the penalty? No. Referees say
Ball under.
ball under. So great defence. McDowell, she's an experienced campaigner for such a young athlete. A lot of theatre goes on. Trying to convince the referees. In fact, they're angels. And now the shot does come, but a little bit ambitious. Just tips that over the bar, so the Gulls will come back with the ball. And now they can shoot from this position if she does want to take the shot. And nice little entry pass, but very good defence once again, this time from Lucia Doak. The shot comes, but Lucia Doak, brilliant in the number 9 cap defensively. Just absolutely working over Abby Kate there at centre forward.
Yeah, great flick back pass there from Caitlin Mary. I don't know if you saw that. Straight on the hand, which means that even though there was a drop, her outside players are still open.
No, it's 5 seconds on the shot clock. They'll be wanting to try and keep this out. They've been brilliant. And they've run the shot clock down, so very, very good defence from the Gulls. You sense they've just got into their zone. They've got their patterns, haven't they?
Yeah,
Communication seems a lot better. They're not panicking. They just seem to appear to have a little bit more time.
Yeah, absolutely. They look like they're in full control on defence.
Entry pass, ambitious, but hey, it's the game where I say expect the unexpected, because it might look a little bit like a Hail Mary, but we've seen some wonderful athleticism and some goals being scored from very, very similar situations. So Robin Spark brings it forward. Spark to Doak. Doak back to Spark. Doak with the shot. Pulls the trigger, looking to try and get in there on the rebound is Sophia Shorter.
Exclusion given.
So, great play from Shorter in that centre forward position. And everybody focuses so much on McDowell. And good shot. A lot of energy, a lot of matches burnt then in terms of having to get nice and high out of the water. Faking. But good defence once again.
Yeah, good psychological win there for the Gulls. I thought the junior girls there, that was a perfect opportunity for them to score.
Oh, lovely effort. Does the goal count? I think it does.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. So that's the reason why you stay in school. That's the reason why you study physics, aerodynamics, hydrodynamics, and angles. That's why I would be no good at the game, Lionel.
No, I think you'd be great. You've also got to have a big heart, and I think your heart would carry you through.
There you go. 2 minutes 40 remain. Nothing in it. 4-3. If we end up tied at the end of the 32 minutes in total of the 4 quarters, we will go to a penalty shootout. We saw one yesterday in the men's game, and then we saw your team, the Auckland side, win on the very last second. Izzy Jackson in the 7 cap, so into the pool. Goes across to Sammy Milicic. So Jackson fighting for it. She's open there, goes across immediately and finds Milne. Milne looks for the little entry pass, finds Clodagh Weir. Weir with the shot, but 2 defenders on her. And so great defence coming from Libby Galt and Natalie Rankin-Chittar. Oh, nice entry pass. Great scoring opportunity. Must. Brilliant play. That is very, very good. Chelsea Oliver.
Fantastic play.
Oh, that'll please the coaching staff. That's the stuff you practice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's awesome interplay between 2 players. You know, quick drive on the hand. And those are those finishes they weren't pulling off in the first quarter.
So 5-3. The momentum has definitely swung. Now, can Georgia Milne rally the troops? Can they get something going here? Got to say, this defence, this pressing defence now, just pushing this junior side back. The entry pass, and that is pressure. That's a great example of it.
Another shot clock violation.
Yeah, so the press defence just pushing this junior side further and further out on the perimeter. And you wonder whether at such a young age they have that ability to pull the trigger from a distance. Do they have the strength and the power? And now it is Chloe Tattersfield. Tattersfield, though, poor pass, picked off nicely by Milicic. Defence immediately into offence through Georgia Milne. Milne happy to bring it forward. Just got the one centre forward up there at the moment. They've got time. Nice little entry pass, but good defence coming from both Abby Cade and Libby Galt.
Hey, once again, the Gulls are winning that psychological battle right now.
Well, we talked about experience versus youthful exuberance. And I just sometimes wonder when you don't quite have that experience where the time just speeds up a little bit and you just panic a bit. It's good water polo, though, both offensively and defensively. No love lost. So good defence there from Milicic in the number 5 cap. And what do the referees rule here?
I think there's a player with the cap off. The referees.
Our 2 referees today are Corbin Hall and John Waldo. So Corbin Hall there. Not an easy job, like anything. You just want consistency. Like players, they're not always going to get it right as long as you're consistent. Small but vocal crowd in. Chance for both sides to get a little bit of a breather. And so Libby Galt, I think, takes the shot. Possession immediately back to the Premier for the junior women. And they come forward in numbers. But look at that defence from the Gulls. And working over the centre forward there. And Ella Palmer in that centre forward role for the juniors. So the chance comes from the angle.
Great save, Chelsea Oliver.
Very good save. Defence winning it at the moment for the Gulls. That's probably the difference between the two teams. Gold will bring it forward. Goes long. Good defence though from the juniors now. Oh, wonderful chance. Great athleticism. That is the end of the second period. We head into half time, and it's the Auckland Gulls leading the junior women by 5-3. Just the 8 goals scored, which says to me both teams very good defensively.
Yeah, great defence. I think what the Gulls have done really a lot better in the second quarter was those short drives and making sure that the passes were reaching the player that was open, and they got to score goals as a result. The junior team, I think, are panicking up front, because the drop has been back. 1 or 2 of their passes have been turned over, and so now where they had confidence to shoot from the top earlier, that's no longer there.
Okay, so what is Hamish... now, let's start with Ollie Gibb, the manager. While we've got the camera here, let's start with Hamish McDonald. So what's he asking for of this Auckland Gulls team?
Keep up the great defence. You're working well together as a team. It's, fantastic to see that. But just up on attack, we don't have to rush it. The clock is an extra teammate of ours. Make sure we're using it down to making it as much of that time as possible to our favour.
At the other end of the pool, we're going to have Ollie Gibb. You talked about maybe lacking a little bit of confidence in that centre forward. Good defence from the Gulls. Did they change their attacking setup, or what is the message to those shooters?
I think probably say to the centre forwards, kind of enter rockstar mode, just to white water. It must look like a frenzy, a shark frenzy in the middle, forcing that crash really to fall back on them, so that the top girls have more time, more confidence, so that they can actually take it up and go back to shooting like they did in that first quarter.
Or at very least draw that exclusion.
Or draw the exclusion, that's right.
Both goalkeepers, Chelsea Oliver, Bridget Leyburn, been very good.
Excellent goalkeepers. Yeah, we're blessed to have amazing goalkeepers in our water polo in the women's program.
So 2 periods remain. We had a game earlier today, and it ended up being a comfortable victory in the finish for the Northern Albatross over the Central Southern Penguins. In fact, a bit of a demolition. And as we head into week 3, you expect even more cohesion, so those teams that maybe didn't start so well in week 1, well, certainly it becomes more and more of a level playing field. Lionel, you're in that position, trying to bring, I guess, a group of players together, short build-up. How difficult, how challenging?
Yeah, I must say it's actually been quite a positive experience because everybody realises that it's not the norm, that you're not training every day, and so you don't have time to dwell on any negatives. That it's just find the positives and play to each other's strengths. It's actually been a fantastic experience.
Okay, getting set to go. The teams will change around, so we'll have the Auckland Gulls playing from left to right. Wonderful uniforms too, and we just want to acknowledge Delphina. And if you are looking at buying aqua products, whether it be goggles, clothing, caps, do check out the range from Delphina. They are the companies that look after New Zealand water polo, and so if they are involved in one of your future purchasing decisions, please go with them. We are back underway, so the contest for the ball to start this second half. Who will take it out? It is Abby Kate. Brilliant. It goes immediately to Caitlin Mary Parker-Allen. Okay. So we do have a change in goal. So we've got Ella Hartford has come in for Chelsea Oliver for the Auckland Gulls. But it is the Premier girls. If they can just try and score quickly here, get themselves back in this game, just get some confidence early. And Morgan McDowell in the 6th cap. The shot does come, and it comes almost out of nowhere. I might have feeling it might have been Rachel Dean in the number 3 cap. Yeah, in fact, Rachel Dean. So that is the start that they'd hoped for. Suddenly it's 5-4. You do have to feel for Ella Hartford. Nothing harder coming in. And you haven't got a feel for the game. The players you're playing have got their nervous systems in. You're just trying to get a feel for goal. And you concede early. Now looking to try and push forward. Going with just the one centre forward. Look at the argy-bargy going on in the middle of the pool there. Now 2 centre forwards up for
there comes
the
a
Gulls.
cross drive.
And that will open the door. We talk about the cross drive here, waiting for the referees to rule. Now the shot, the little lob, good water polo. Can they score from this? They can. Well, that is good water polo, desperation stuff, but Christine Middlebeak Harrison scores.
That's the importance of working off the ball. She started that cross drive a couple of seconds before that. Things didn't work out for her originally, and then she was there to finish off at the end. So fantastic work ethic there.
Again, this will be the good learning curve too for this junior women's side. Part of this Premier League is about that development, getting used to that the mental side of it, that focus, the concentration. And so Morgan McDowell playing more out to the left-hand side, playing on the flanks rather than that centre forward position. And now turnover comes. Great play here from Caitlin Mary Parker-Allen. Pushes forward. Scott, can she get the entry pass in? Happy to switch it. So look, it's a 3-on-1 situation. They must score from here. Can they? They do. And that buffer now moves out to 3. And Bridget Leyburn just left wanting a little bit. It's funny because really through that first half we saw the women, turn defence or offence very quickly. Now we've seen a reverse in fortunes. The Gulls exploiting that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, that was super fast. That was intensity. Fantastic to see.
So Morgan McDowell.
But look at the intensity on defence. They're certainly showing the intent to get the ball off of the opponent.
So McDowell comes forward. Watch her, one of the best shooters on the planet. I think she'll just go herself here. No, she looks just to lay it off. They draw. No, in fact, they've set the ball under. So now another chance here. And Gabby McDonald is it, charging up the pool. McDonald looks to go one and off the upright. She'll be disappointed with that. Good scrambling defence from Dana Clark, though. Just put a little bit of doubt in her mind. And at the other end of the pool, it's Sammy Milicic now. Milicic. What do the referees say?
It looks like a penalty there.
Okay, so a chance to bring it back within 2. Who will step up and take the penalty for the New Zealand Premier Junior Women? It looks like it will be Morgan McDowell. You don't expect McDowell to miss this. So what can Ella Harford do? And there it is from Morgan McDowell. And now 7-5, game on. What a match.
Fantastic match. Yeah, just shows the intensity. I mean, the work ethic there by the centre forward, making sure when the ball comes in, turn, penalty. Great work, Morgan.
So Emerson Houghton just being pushed back. Good defence from Ella Palmer on her. Decides just to play down the right-hand side. Finds Gabby Milicic. Milicic with the entry pass. Doesn't quite come off. Looking for her target and Libby Gold. But well read by this junior side. And now they look to come quickly up the middle of the pool. This is good play once again. And it is Dana Clark. Clark looking to try and go. In fact, it was Rachel Dean.
Yeah, quick push shot there. We don't see those that often anymore in the game. But yeah, great to see that skill set.
So Morgan McDowell, 20 seconds, happy to play the ball. Wonderful athlete. Boy, she knows all the tricks in the book, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Sammy Milicic.
Oh, exclusion there. The ball was flicked away after the whistle had been blown.
Now, so 6-on-5. Can this junior team capitalise? This is what the coaches want to see. This is one area they want to see better execution, high percentages in this situation. Now the shot must come, the clock is running down, and the shot does come, and they do score. They do score through the very talented Georgia Milne.
Fantastic goal that she got up really high, shot with all her power, fantastic goal.
So 7-6, game on. What a contest. Gabby McDonald will get play underway. Out to her right-hand side, she's got Milicic. Dropping back in the pocket is Emerson Houghton. It will be Houghton. Happy to take control. This is good play. Just pushing the 2 centre forwards in. Coming out in defence is Lucia Doak. Good patience here from the junior women. Good shape at the back. Didn't panic. Good zone defence.
Yeah, certainly a swing in fortunes there. Exact defence that the Gulls were doing earlier. The New Zealand women are now doing the same back to them, and it's working. They're getting back into the game as a result.
Oh, nice little entry pass. The shot comes off the top of the crossbar. That is enterprising water polo from this very young, talented side. I think it was Chloe Tattersfield with the shot too. So Tattersfield on the 12 cap.
Exclusion called. Timeout called.
Okay, so timeout being called by the Auckland Gulls. What will Hamish McDonald be wanting to do? What is he saying? What is the message? Why the reason for the timeout?
I think the girls are working really well off of the ball, and I think he's probably going to say this is an important one for us now. We've let them come back in the game because we're rushing our shots up front. Slow down, girls, and you've got this. It's always difficult because you've only really got 45 seconds, probably only really 30 seconds to get a message before the whistle goes. So it's a quick, one sharp message, and ultimately the players have to play what's in front of them.
So it will be the Gulls who will have the ball. 3 minutes 42 remain. Third quarter, nothing in this game, but there was very much talk that there wouldn't be a lot in it prior to it. It's living up to its billing. Happy to go across. Somewhat of a wayward pass. Libby Gold. This is it. We talk about patience, and we've just seen a little bit more patience. At the moment, though, the junior side not panicking. Keeping good shape at the back. Looking for the entry pass. Good pressure coming. Do they turn possession over? No, they don't. In fact, they do. So, ball goes back to the Premier women.
Yeah, missed opportunity there. Wayward passes costing them.
Drive forward through Lucia Doak. Doak across to Dean. Dean to Sammy Milicic. Shot clock running down. Good fight, good shot. Oh, disappointing. I think disappointing from Ella Harford for the Auckland Gulls. I think she felt she should have probably got that. You could see the body language afterwards. A lot of energy just to try and keep those hips out of the water. Try and make yourself as big as you can in front of goal, and just a little bit of timing.
Yeah, I think the goal scorer was probably given too much time to take it up there towards the end. She probably should have been closed down earlier.
Well, it's that zone defence versus press defence. It's that decision making under pressure, and they'll come back. And that was always ambitious. And good block there by Lucia Doak. So another wasted opportunity from the Gulls. So we've got Jess Ingram in goal for the junior women now. Bridget Leyburn out, and Ella Harford has come in for Chelsea Oliver. Now they come forward. Now all tipped over.
Great block.
Great block from Libby Gold. The number 2 cap. Wonderful game back and forward. Will it come down to fitness, come down to depth on the bench? Milicic. Happy to go back to Emerson Houghton. Very experienced player. Moving it around, the shot does come. And good defence once again. Good block. And that certainly helped Jess Ingram. Then goal for the Premier, for the junior women. And now they come forward. They find Sophie Shorter. Shorter to Clodagh Weir. Back to Shorter. Switching play on the perimeter. Lucia Doak. Good defence here. Zone defence coming. Looks for the entry pass, and it was more than an entry pass. It was a nice little lob shot. Nice little finish indeed. Great goal from Izzy Jackson. Or was it Robin Spark? Might have been Robin Spark, in fact, in the number 8 cap. Yeah,
again, probably allowing those players in the dying seconds of the 30 clock. Too much respect, too much time on the ball.
Well, it's been a game, hasn't it, of just shifting momentum.
Yeah.
We've seen the New Zealand, we've seen the Gulls there sort of dominate parts of the game, only for momentum to shift. Intriguing contest, just the one goal in it. Gulls looking to try and draw it level. They go through Tattersfield. Tattersfield getting worked over by McDowell. And now the shot comes, a little top shot. Oh, that is very clever play indeed from Ricky Ferrigo on that left-hand side. Just look for that channel.
Yeah, Ricky's a well-experienced player. Fantastic.
Well, incredible athleticism too, just to take the ball off, take the pace off the ball, use that little lob shot. And does it with so much effect. Coming forward. Alicia Doak. Rachel Dean. Back to Doak. McDowell in the number 6. McDowell now starting to press forward. She'll draw defenders with her. Look at her, she gets right inside and the shot comes. We talked about McDowell maybe just saying, and there it is. The brilliance of Morgan McDowell. The brilliance of Morgan McDowell. Boy, one of the very best in the world and just such a youngster. She's an X-Factor player. And that is a great example of it.
Yeah, fantastic goal there. Wow. Always onto it, not stopping work until the other team has the ball. Great work ethic there.
What a future. 9-8. All picked off. Turnover.
Again, Morgan McDowell on defence there as well.
Chloe Tattersfield, she really had no option there, did she? She just needed to try and slow things down. Happy to give up the foul. And now it is McDowell coming forward. And Tattersfield all over her again. So credit to Tattersfield, showing plenty of heart in terms of getting back. Trying to right the wrongs. McDowell low. Expect the unexpected here from McDowell. Now shot clock running down. McDowell with the shot wide, but she is the one player who has the ability to pull it off from there. And they'll be aware of it. Interesting, McDowell not pressing so much forward into that centre forward position, tending to sort of be a little bit more on the perimeter, but knowing when to draw those defenders.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dying seconds there, and whoa, hit the crossbar there right at the end.
The Hail Mary. You saw a similar thing yesterday, and you potentially could have lost the game on it, but it did touch another player, and therefore it was deemed not to be a goal. So we move into the final quarter. It is 9-8. Boy, there has been some wonderful shifts in momentum. I like the way they're using McDowell. Such a dangerous player. She's busy.
Yeah, she's super busy. She's not just a threat on attack. She also, as we saw there on defense, she's forcing turnovers, stealing the ball, getting back on defense, getting up. It's it's hard to play against a player like that.
So, what is the message coming from Hamish McDonald here?
Yeah, I think probably get down to that 2 metre, keep those cross drives going, because when they have happened, we've been rewarded with either goal or exclusions. And then on defense, probably stun the attacker with the ball once or twice, and in those dying 5 seconds, don't allow them to go for those lob shots, because they've scored 3 of them so far. We've got to be closing them down earlier.
Okay, now we've got Ollie Gibb here, a little bit more animated, brings a bit more theatre. What's he wanting?
Yeah, Ollie's a competitive man, so he's probably wanting to say, go full tilt. Girls, come on, back yourselves. These two coaches know each other really, really well, good mates, and so they probably know each other better than anyone else. It's been interesting.
So 32 minutes a game of water polo, but in this case it is 24 minutes of hope and 8 minutes of truth as we enter that final phase.
Yeah, 8 attacks left each.
See what we can do. The slightest advantage to the junior women. The junior women can score early and be the first to score in this quarter. It might just be enough psychologically.
Yeah, I can see this game going down to the wire.
Who's got the fitness? Who's happy to speed it up? Who's happy to play at a quicker tempo?
Here we go.
As we get back underway. And they will go for it. And, good displays. And nice competitive play from Clodawea. Shows plenty of aggression and winning the ball. And then immediately flicks it to Dana Clark in the number 2 cap. Coming forward, Sammy Milicic. Okay.
Yeah, offensive foul called there on Morgan McDowell up at the centre forward. So the Gulls have a one-player advantage coming
Chance
through.
here. Oh, brilliant. No, the execution wasn't quite on the shot, but lovely little entry pass. Gabby McDonald just couldn't quite get the trajectory on that shot. But great intent now down the other end. What have they got defensively? Well, they mark up at the other end too. You can see what it means to both teams. Emerson Houghton now having to come forward, heart rate through the roof.
Yeah, I think the Gulls need to not take anything for granted. When they're in the red zone, they have to be scoring.
So, we've got Gabby McDonald again. And the shot does come. Just that press defence, just pushing the Gulls more onto the perimeter. As they come down, look, lovely entry pass, great scoring chance here. But
Great
very
goalkeeping.
good goalkeeping. She came off her line and she went forward and she absolutely attacked Rachel Dean, who had secured possession, shut any angle down.
Yeah, great work, Ella Hofford.
Now, boy, again, good. Oh, unlucky.
Oh.
And the rebound comes. Doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency, but finally cleaned up by Dana Clark. And now Clark will move forward. And it will be Bridget Leyburn who passes up to Clodawea. We're back into the middle to Morgan McDowell. At what point does McDowell push herself forward and maybe look to try and draw a couple of defenders with her?
Exclusion.
So an exclusion, 6 on 5. Key moment in this game. Can they score from this opportunity? Just the one centre forward. Happy to go across. And the shot will need to come. The shot does come. Plenty of power on it, but just skims off the water surface and over the top. And the Auckland Gulls survive. It is still game on. 5.5 minutes remain. What a game. Auckland Gulls. So Emerson Houghton. Houghton finds Abby Kate. Looking to try and get the entry pass in, but there's no line there and just a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
So good defence from the juniors.
Yeah, it's two heavyweight boxers at the moment wearing each other out. It's actually getting quite exciting.
And the shot, oh, lovely little piece of a deception there, and well done to Georgia Milne. That is just fabulous water polo. That is just superb when you're this deep into a game, to have that fitness and that ability to think.
Yeah, for some reason the Gulls defender rushed up to the top and left Georgia open there on the wing. So good on Georgia finishing off.
So 10-8. Goals here. Have had a lot of possession, but they just haven't been able to find a way through this very good defence. They switch play, looking for the entry pass, but it's a wayward pass, easily turned over, and that is disappointing, but well done to Sammy Milicic back there. Timeout being called. In fact, an exclusion. Yeah,
no. It seems like the wind has been taken out of the Gulls' sails at the moment. For some reason, they're swimming up, and it seems like there's not that same work ethic, the same intensity off of the ball, gaining those exclusions. So it almost seems every attack is
You're somewhat surprised that that they've called the timeout, because I think they do have momentum, and sometimes you'll call a timeout just to try and maybe change momentum or slow things down a little bit. So
I think this is to put the nail in the coffin. I think this is to seal the deal, get 3 goals up, and then let loose. Don't play conservative after this.
Okay, so that is the call from Lionel Randall, one of New Zealand's leading water polo coaches, joining me in commentary today. Now, more urgency required on defence. A good zone defence at the moment, not panicking. Just got to watch the long shot, looking to try and shut the angle down. They open though, find McDowell. McDowell will go back. The shot will need to come in one moment. It does come, and brilliant play, brilliant play. They just worked that beautifully. But just that pass from Libby Galt right through there to, my apologies, from Dana Clark to Lucia Doak, and just beautiful. And Doak just happened to get up nicely, didn't she? She was beautifully balanced, and with that balance came the power.
Yeah, that was really good. Really good composure there by the young girls.
So 11-8. Time is running out. You'd suggest the Gulls have to be the next team to score, and they need to do it quickly. Gabby Milicic, does she need to take control? Look at that, 2 centre forwards in there, but the defence.
Great play, exclusion gained.
So Libby Galt there in the number 2, drawing the exclusion. And so 6 on 5.
Yeah, they have to score now.
They do have to score. Can't afford to waste time. Someone needs to take control. A moment of individual brilliance, perhaps. Trying to draw the defenders. Not having any luck at the moment. Here's the chance. Is this the opportunity? That is the opportunity. But the door is closed pretty quickly by Bridget Leyburn.
Yeah, it almost seemed like they're taking their time to set up there as well. The Gulls are going to have to up their intensity soon.
Well, only 3 minutes remain. You'd sense that if this junior side can score now, that will be enough. Chance here. That's what we saw a little bit earlier. Almost a repeat of the last goal, and then the shot does come. Good piece of goalkeeping from Ella Harford. But I've got to say, Lucia Doak, she's been busy in that number 9 cap. Been a real star today for this junior side. And what do they say? They turn it over.
Ball under.
Ball under. So good defence, good pressure. That's good play. And that coming from Sophia Shorter back there. And Lucia Doak switching play. The door is open on that right hand side. Good block though from the goalkeeper. Ella Harford. And a goal being scored, is it?
Yeah, goal there by Morgan McDowell.
Off the rebound.
If you look at that in the build-up to that, the last 2 attacks of the junior national girls team, every pass has gone to hand. They're playing with the confidence that the Gulls had in that second quarter.
Well, I think sometimes too, when you're young and you're playing the more experienced side, you maybe don't have as much running through your head. You know, you tend to play with a little bit more clarity. I think sometimes the older you get, the more experience, you can often overthink it too.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can just sort of stiffen up a little bit because you're playing a younger team. Shot comes. Rushed again, and that is good pressure. And now opportunity for the juniors to break down this right-hand side. Got 3 moving forward into that attacking position. So Robin Spark looks across, switches the play, and the shot will come. An effective shot, but just not quite there. But you've got to like the intent from Sammy Milicic. And now...
Yeah, the junior women's team don't need to be taking those shots. There's only, 3-4 attacks left of the game. Run down your 30.
Yeah, so Gabby Milicic then picked off in the middle of the pool beautifully by McDowell. So this game has just slipped away from this Auckland Gulls team. There, now a chance here, isn't it, for Milicic? She'll go back. Happy to play, find McDowell. Well, difficult pass, but well retrieved by Doak. And a bit of a nothing pass, but I think they are more happy at this point. I think they realise they've got the job done.
Yeah.
chance here to maybe just make the score a little bit more respectable. But Ricky Ferrigo, they've had her number. She's been a standout player for the Skulls team. But Lucia Doak across there, how good has she been today?
Yeah, she's been awesome today. Great block, great save.
Well, 30 seconds remain. Just a simple case here of slowing things down, run the clock down. No real urgency coming from the Gulls. So, yeah, I think have probably accepted the fact that it's not going to be their day. A little bit of a lazy shot, considering the time that she did have. And just 10 seconds remain. So I expect a shot from distance. I would expect Richard Leyburn just to rock back on her line. Shot will come now. And wide, and that is it. And it is the New Zealand Premier Junior Women who run out winners 12 goals to 8. But really through the first 3 quarters of this game was a very closely fought contest. I'm going to come back to it. Fitness, possibly the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the senior ladies have played. They've just come off the back of a national league. I think they, I would believe that they're pretty fit. It just seems like they'd lost their kind of purpose in that final quarter. I mean, they were up by 3 goals at one stage, the Auckland Gulls, and it almost seemed like they felt that was enough.
Which is strange, because you'd expect the more experienced side to bring that experience, to realise that, hey, we can't afford to fall off. We saw that with your men's side yesterday, and I think experience got you up in that final second over the junior men.
I think the difference here is that the junior women's side, many of them have played in winning senior women's national league sides. They've been on a lot of the national women's campaigns.
So they might be young in terms of their birth certificate, but old in terms of experience. Yeah. So maybe you can't necessarily tar them with the same brush we can perhaps the junior men. No,
I don't think we can. No, this is a well-experienced junior women's side.
So where to now for the Gulls? What have they got to do over the next 6 or 7 days to turn things around?
Well, I think having a look at those key moments in the game. When you were up, why did you not close out the game? What do we do there that we need to fix? And what got us to that position of being 3 goals up? And why we're not doing that when we are 3 goals up? Because if we do, we'll win these games.
Okay, we're going to get Kurt Goldsworthy, who is standing poolside, and we'll get some comment from both teams. Over to you, Kurt.
Hi, we've got Gabby McDonald here from the Auckland Gulls. Junior Premier team finished really strongly.
Yeah, I think we played an awesome first 3 quarters, but yeah, we definitely just let them slip away from us in that last quarter.
Anything specific that you can put your finger on?
I think just our finishing. Yeah, we didn't finish quite as well, and that gave them too many opportunities up the pool without us defending properly. So yeah.
Okay. And second week, 2 weeks of competition. How's your team going?
I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, we've got a really great team. Everyone gets along really well, and I'm having such a fun time. So it's good.
Thank you, Gabby.
Thank you.
Now we have Rachel Dean from the Junior Premier team. Excellent last quarter. What do you put it down to?
Yeah, well, we just had the fitness and all the way to the end. The first half wasn't very great. We can definitely make some improvements there, but the second half got a lot better. We got our shots going, a bit more intensity, and it played out in the end. Yeah. Anyone
outstanding for you?
I think the goalies both had a really good game, lots of good saves and pickups, and Robin Spark and Lucia had a really good game as well. Great shots.
Excellent. And 2 weeks in, still got some work-ons, no doubt. What's going to happen next week?
Well, yeah, a few things to do. We want to keep up that intensity throughout the whole game and start strong as well is really important. But I think we've played overall pretty well for the first 2 weeks, so we're just going to keep it up and see if we can make it all the way to the end.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you to Kurt Goldsworthy. Well, Rachel Dean, she had a very good game herself today.
Yeah, she did. She was fantastic in the water. Great work. Work rate.
Well, that is the end of week 2 of New Zealand Water Polo's Premier League. Special thanks to Lionel Randall joining me in commentary this afternoon. What is it with our junior teams? It was the men yesterday who showed so much. They lost it in the very last second, but you got a sneaking feeling they might just make their way into the final. And today it was the New Zealand junior women getting up over the arguably, well, older. I won't say the word more experienced because we've had that discussion, the Auckland Gulls. Hope you have enjoyed coverage here on Sky Next. We'll do it all again in a couple of weeks, but on behalf of myself and Lionel Randall, it's been a privilege and a pleasure. We look forward to having your company soon.